Yeah, so in terms of my warm-up process, probably stems a lot from playing days. So in terms of, you've got this pretty standard operating procedure. So always start with a bit of a warm-up lap, so do a whole lap of the field. The other sort of nice part about that is it gives you a bit of a chance to have a look at the ground, make sure that if there is any sort of potholes or anything like that, post protectors are up, sort of different things. So it's a nice sort of chance to have a wee run around the ground, see what the conditions are like. I generally like to warm up sort of halfway, so I'm not sort of in anyone's space, depending on the ground, or obviously if you get to a ground and there's a game on the field before you, generally the in goal is sort of a nice little spot, but you got to be a bit flexible. So yeah, once I've done my lap, I typically like to do, basically most of my warm-up is all dynamic movements, sort of targeting your sort of key areas, so hamstrings, quads, different things like that. So start, generally if I've got a full field, I'll sort of use like the sideline to the 15 meters so that I'm sort of working in sort of 15 meter increments. So doing sort of some kick ups where you're getting a bit of a hamstring stretch dynamically, sort of kick up out to the 15, which is about 8 reps for me, and then jog back, and I'll do that twice. Then I'll move to some quadriceps, so stretching movements around that, same thing, about 8 reps going out, jog back, 8 reps going out, and then working through some other sort of like hamstring sweeps, bit of walking lunges, bit of squats, just to make sure basically that your sort of whole posterior chain and lower body is warmed up. I like to do sort of some upper body stuff in my warm-up, so I'll do some sort of inchworm walkouts with a couple push-ups, just to make sure that I've sort of, particularly if it's a cold winter day on a community rugby field, a little bit of those can sort of go a long way to sort of making sure your whole body is warm and you're sort of ready if you get bumped or nudged as you're running around the field.